Good afternoon, fellow chiropractors. My name is Dr. Rick Barrows, and I am a director for AMC in the Southwest Division. And just wanted to take a minute to cover a concept with you this afternoon. Um, Hopefully, when you brought this up and you saw my picture on the screen, you thought of something. Did the first thing that come to your mind, maybe was it perhaps this guy's a doctor? And if it did, why did you think of that? Well, the clue, of course, is the white coat. And whenever you can, if you can say something without having to say it, you're far better off. And the white coat certainly does that when it comes to doctor. Besides that, the wearing a white coat when you have your visits with your patients is going to increase your authority. It's going to increase your patient compliance, and the patient's following of your recommendations for care will increase. All of that just by wearing the white coat. It does command that much authority and makes that big of a difference. Now you might think, well, that's a thing for medical doctors. I'm a chiropractor, and you might have some qualms about it for that reason. But understand this, it's not about what you think, it's about what the patient thinks, and not even think necessarily, what image is created in the innate mind of the patient when they see someone dressed in the white coat and the shirt and tie. Immediate authority figure, your strength and power of what you say is elevated to a much greater level because of that white coat. You think about in the hospital setting, nowadays you see all kinds of different types of scrubs and colors and every type of uniform you can imagine in the hospital setting. But if you see somebody walking down the hall wearing a long white coat, and he's got 4 or 5 people around him, and they're following along with a clipboard or notepad or something like that, you look at that guy with the white coat and you know immediately that that's probably a senior doctor, and the others are maybe interns or nurses that are following along. So again, if you can say it without saying it, it's going to be far to your advantage. And white is the color, not just for the doctor but for the staff too, in increasing the authority. Now if you'll just bear with me for a minute, I want to take you on a little exercise. I'm going to just take this coat off. Okay, we're just going to put it aside for a second. And then you look at me again, and you see, well, you see a guy in a shirt and a tie. He might be a doctor. He might be some other type of a businessman or some other type of professional, but yeah, you're not really sure. Could go either way. Could be a used car salesman for that matter. If I go a step further and take off my tie and just leave that collar unbuttoned, now it brings into a different realm. What is my occupation? Can't really be sure. That there's nothing told here other than maybe I might be a business person with a more relaxed atmosphere or something like that. But you can't really tell by looking at me what I do for a living. If I was wearing a polo shirt, or if I took this shirt off and just had my t-shirt on underneath, I could be Joe Blow out there, on the weekend flipping hamburgers in the backyard with my cutoffs on, and you wouldn't know a thing about me. But if I put that white coat back on, right away it's doctor. So again, a lot can be said. A picture's worth 1,000 words. You create a mental picture in the mind of the patient. They may not even be conscious of it, but immediately they think doctor, and they respect you from that perspective. And that's worth a lot. It can make a big difference in your results, in your bottom line at the end of the year. And so it's a very small investment to make a big difference in your practice, in your future. That's it for today. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video, and until next time, take care.